Hi, my name is Ron Virpin. I'm a full-time medical doctor and I'm also a home bartender. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you why I only use bottled lime juice for all of my drinks that require lime juice. And I actually have my go-to bottled lime juice right here, the Nelly and Joe's Key West lime juice. And there's a couple of reasons for this. First of all, let's get this out of the way. Is bottled lime juice as good as fresh lime juice? No, I'll be the first to admit that. Is it about 90% of the way there in terms of in terms of quality? Maybe even 95% of the way there? Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. And is this still a step above the pre-mixed sour mixes or margarita mixes or all these other mixes that you can get available or that you can find at your local grocery store or liquor store? And actually, some of those mixes are a lot of bars these days even use those mixes to make their own margaritas and daiquiris and things like that. So this is still a good step above all of that stuff. So that's where we start off. As far as why this is better, there's a couple of reasons actually. One is that you're a home bartender. So by definition, you're going to be making drinks for either yourself or people that you know. Your friends, your family, your loved ones, your coworkers, people that you already do know, that you already have some type of relationship with, and people that already like you. And when you do something like make drinks for other people, it's similar to if you were cooking dinner for other people or doing some kind of act of service. They're going to be very appreciative, and they're not going to really do these kind of nitpicky things of like, oh, you used a bottle of lime juice, you didn't use fresh limes, this is not how it's made at my favorite bar. They're going to be very thankful for the drink that you made them. And in terms of lime juice, I've definitely made hundreds of cocktails, if not even 1,000 plus cocktails for other people that had bottled lime juice. And I haven't gotten a single complaint from any of my friends or family members or loved ones, anyone that I've made these drinks for. And I've made drinks for people that are pretty into mixology, and I've even made drinks for people that have worked as bartenders at some point in the past, and even they haven't complained about the fact that I use bottled lime juice. So let's go over the other big reason. Bottled lime juice is just a lot more practical than fresh limes. This bottle of lime juice, it's a lot more shelf stable. So before you open it, it can actually sit in your pantry for weeks to months even. And then after you open it, it can then sit in your fridge also for weeks to months. And that's just a lot more practical than having a bunch of fresh limes sitting on your counter. Maybe half of them or even more will go bad before your next party, before you're able to use them all. So it's just a lot more practical in that sense. And then also in terms of space, this one bottle of lime juice contains 16 ounces. Let's take a daiquiri, for example. A daiquiri contains 1 ounce of lime juice the way I make it. So this bottle will get you 16 cocktails. That's enough for an entire party, even if you have a good amount of people at that party. Whereas for the equivalent, you'd probably need, at bare minimum, you need 16 limes, because a good lime will get you 1 ounce. That's being somewhat generous. A good lime will get you 1 ounce of lime juice. Some limes, when you squeeze them, you might only get half an ounce or 3/4 of an ounce. So what's easier, having one of these or having 16 limes sitting on your fruit bowl on your counter? I would definitely go with this. And you can always, if you're thinking you're going to run out, you can always have 2 bottles and just have one that's open, keep the other one. If you don't open it, you can save it for your next party. So it's just a lot more practical to use this. Do you get 100% that same quality as a fresh lime? No, but like I said before, you get almost all of the way there. And when you're making drinks for people that you already know, people that already like you, there's not really that much of a difference between a 100 and then like a 90, 95. And that's what you're getting with a bottle of lime juice. And this is actually the best one that's available, at least from my experience. I've used probably 3 or 4 different brands over the days, over the years even. But the Nelly and Joe's Key West lime juice is my go-to. And that's basically what it is. That's basically why I like to use bottled lime juice over fresh limes. And when you're a home bartender, even this deep into the journey, I started almost 5 years ago, and I still only use bottled lime juice. And that's not just true for limes, it's true for all of the other citrus juices. I use bottled juices for lemon juice, grapefruit juice, pineapple juice, orange juice, really any juice you can think of. I like to use bottled over fresh. And those are the reasons why.